She was reportedly camping with a group of tourists, and the bungee jump was organized. There were a number of problems because it seems the harness was not properly secured, and they were doing a style of bungee jumping called punting. She jumped and fell about 130 feet to her death when she hit the riverbed below the bridge. The girl was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. On Saturday afternoon, a group of teenagers headed out to a popular swimming spot near Savannah, Washington. Local residents add teens frequently stroll along the railway tracks to get to a spot along a bridge, from which they can leave into the river below, but for some reason, the teens were unsure with the local train schedules. One boy jumped, and the two girls were able to tuck themselves into a spot. Christy was unable to escape and was struck by the train.
As a Czech mother and daughter pair, aged 64 and 45 respectively, horrifically found out on Sunday while using a friend's sauna. All seemed to be going well until they tried to get out. The door handle was reportedly broken or broke, trapping them inside the sauna. The pair then tried breaking the door's window, but apparently just didn't have the strength.
Corey Terry was reportedly playing basketball for 45 minutes before he stopped to drink a can of Red Bull. Immediately after, he experienced lightheadedness, collapsed, and died. It was later revealed that he died of idiopathic dilated cardiomyopathy, which basically means his heart stopped. Although Red Bull contends that health authorities worldwide say their product is safe to consume, the US FDA has confirmed that as many as 18 previous deaths had a suspected link to energy drinks.
At Oregon's South Jetty Beach, as Aurora Scheffel and a friend posed for photos atop a log on the surf. Her pal had just jumped off when a wave hit the log, causing Scheffel to fall and hit her head and neck. The heavy, waterlogged trunk then rolled over her legs, pinning her down. As her two friends frantically tried to lift the log, more water came in and rolled the massive piece of wood over her body. Bystanders eventually managed to free the young cheerleader, but it was too late. Scheffel was pronounced dead at a local hospital.
Runner age 30.
Authorities aren't sure who's responsible for digging the hole and carelessly leaving it behind, but tourist Ashley O'Connor somehow found herself in it. She was last spotted on the beach sometime after 2 a.m. on July 31st. Holes dug in the sand can quickly cave in and collapse, burying unsuspecting victims under the pressure within seconds. The next morning, around 6:30 a.m., beachgoers spotted a limp arm sticking out of the sand. It was Ashley's. Currently, investigators do not suspect any foul play. CBS News reports that globally, 31 people have died from similar sand traps over the past decade.
Russian media reports said mom of two Svetlana Roslena dropped her cell phone into a vat of molten chocolate at the factory, about 80 miles northeast of Moscow. The 24-year-old then tried to fish her phone out, but instead fell right into the thick choco gloop. Other reports said the woman was pouring flour into the mix when she fell in. Regardless of the reason, she wound up inside the container, and that was the end of the poor woman, as she was minced alive by the vat's mixers. Following the incident, staff at the factory
Age 18.
The teen was reportedly at the park with his parents and a friend when they went on the ride at about 4:30 p.m. Reports said the teen was flung from the ride when his safety harness failed, falling to the ground where he suffered serious head injuries. He later died from a cardiac arrest.
Honey, don't you love me? And you know it makes me sad.
It's just a cigarette like you always used to do.
I was different then, I don't need them to.
Michael couldn't sleep after coming from rehearsing This Is It. So he asked Dr. Murray to administer the status of the Lorenzo pan. When that didn't work, he asked Murray to give the propofol, a general anesthetic that acidines in 40 seconds. Once it's in the body, the propofol affects GABA receptors. A mild dose causes decrease in eye pressure, but an overdose can make patients stop breathing. He would gulp large amounts of water, alongside the 3 liters of Coke he consumed every day. This habit made his lungs swell to 4 times their normal weight, and affected his sodium levels, muscle mass, bone density, and the rhythm of his heart. The added volume of liquid in his lungs most likely caused pulmonary edema, and affected his breathing. He died lying face down on his bed at the care facility. He was later found by a care worker. Rest in peace, Paul. Davis Allen collapsed in class on April 26 and died just an hour later. The 16-year-old had consumed multiple decaffeinated drinks that day and died from a caffeine-induced cardiac event, otherwise known as abnormal heart rhythm. A healthy adult can safely ingest as much as 400 mg of caffeine daily. But for teens, the recommended daily intake is only 100 mg. She was crossing the bridge from East Boston over to the Chelsea side. On her way to a hospital appointment, the bridge operator then lifted the bridge to allow a boat traveling on the Chelsea River. While Dina Garcia, a pedestrian waiting to cross the bridge from the Chelsea side, when she started to hear screams as the 2 plates of the bridge rolled. Ora Garcia grabbed hold of one of them, clinging to it as she screamed for help. The bridge operator lowers the bridge, but it sadly crushed her to death.